Hi there, this is Denise. I just wanted to show you something about my servlet and JSP configuration. It's mainly about just kind of the cache between them and also the session that's created. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run this, but I'm going to show you that in is done, which is the final page that gets shown, or the final JSP that gets shown or view, I have taken out the clearing of the cache and also the session invalidate. Okay, so this is just going to run as it comes. Okay, so here we go. Okay, type in a color, pink. Comes to here. Okay, so now I've added the session in here, the session ID. I'm just going to take probably, let's see, I'll just write it down, B85 B6DD. Okay, and are we done? No, this is the value of done is false. Okay, so you can choose another color, and you can see B85 B6DD still remains. Our session is still intact. We're going to say we are done, and we're going to submit. And now we're going to see B85 B6DD is still there. So our session was still there. Okay. And so it moved me on after 8 seconds. I tried to slow it down a little bit, and then we'll go back. And we still have B85 BDD. I got to hit this fast. And here's the thing. I'm still having this session. It says false here, though. Okay. And it has this radio button depressed. If I click again, it shows what I picked before. I picked this color from pink. If I go back again, I picked pink originally, right? Okay, so we can see that the session is maintained. It's not destroyed. If I let it go again onward from here, will it keep its session? It is keeping its session, either that or it's remembering this. So let's get out of this. And let's go back to is done. So what had just happened, what we just saw there, all of them had the same session ID. It's stayed in the same session, and it was able to access all the different pages showing the values in which I had chosen. Okay, so we agree upon that. Now I'm going to come here and I'm going to make it so that the cache gets removed from this last is done page, and it's going to invalidate the session. Okay, I'm going to save that, and I'm going to run it. Okay, here we. Before I do that, there's this thing that you can do. It's called clean, and that way it's just going to clean anything. Make sure we're absolutely using what we think we're using. It's not anything stored. Okie dokie. So I went to the wrong page. Uh-oh. All right, that's okay. It remembers for me enough. So I'm going to do pink again. I'm going to submit it. Now I'm going to write this down again. I'm just going to pick here, let's see. 821-483A. Okay. I can actually pick another color. I'm going to pick the same 4-letter color because this will shift and it makes it hard to see what our session ID remained the same, and it did. So are you done playing with colors? I'm going to say yes. And now, is it the same session? It is. Okay, and now it's going to go on. Now remember, I have taken away the cache and deleted the session. So if I do this back button, what's going to happen? That's the point of this little experiment. Okay, so it is a different one. It's FC0444, whatever. So that's different. Okay, well, what happens if okay, let's see if it changed it again, but let's quickly go on to, oh, look at this. So this was our original 82143A, and it still has this depressed here. And then I go back, see, it remembered I chose that, and it remember I chose that. So even though I wiped the cache and invalidate the session and is done, the session ID changed for is done, but the previous pages were still accessible. And I'm thinking that is because they're cached. And so the next thing I'm going to get out of this, the next thing I'm going to try is, you're thinking, well, why don't you remove the cache of show color? And then that way it's not going to remember and that page won't show up. Okay, well, I'm like, fine, let's try that. So this is show color. All I'm doing is taking out the cache. I could invalidate the session, but I don't know. I tried that and it didn't make things better. So let's just go ahead and run this. All right, I didn't really want to start from that spot. So pink again, submit. Notice we are at DD760, which I'm going to write down, DD760543. And is it done? It's false. Okay, so then we can put in another color. And then we can say, yes, I'm done. Notice this didn't change. We're still on the DD760543. Okay, DD760543 redirecting me. It's going. Okay, and notice it did say true there. Are you done? Okay. Here's the interesting thing. Since I've removed the cache from this, it's giving me a different number, and it doesn't remember its color. So, oops, I wasn't fast enough. Dang. So I'm going to go again. I'm going to come back here. Well, look here. They all have different session IDs, okay? So I'll go back and see this was 34EA or whatever that was, and then this is 7558444449E. If I go back one more, it says the same. What happens if I go like that? It's the same. It's the same. And it's right here. Redirect me. CC555. Well, it's different here because I am getting rid of my cache. So it doesn't remember my session or doesn't remember my stuff, not my colors, nothing. Although it has my color in here and it actually has this here. So what's happening here? Even though the session gets taken away and it doesn't remember my stuff, sometimes it does remember the selections I made in the page. So what I'm seeing is that the session that Tomcat maintains or gets rid of or whatever, you can sit there and manage the session, but it doesn't it doesn't really affect the browser in the sense that it's still remembering the history when you hit this back button somehow. I don't completely understand it. I know that HTTP or yeah, HTTP is a stateless thing. So this is actually getting run, but how is this history being maintained? I don't understand that. So if anyone does understand that, just let me know. And that's the